So should we just kickstart in that case, right? And so when we're talking about globalization, you're absolutely spot on. With everything that's going on, it is very, very difficult for businesses, especially hiring teams and centralized or decentralized, to actually keep track of their workforce.
Hmm.
So what
Yeah.
are the points that you wanted to raise here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to talk a bit specifically from the lens of Toronto here over in Canada. And so something that's kind of unique to our market in terms of like our talent market is that it's dry. Like it is so hard, as especially technical talent is extremely hard to hire technical talent here. And it's an extremely diverse city. And so you've got people coming in from all over the world. There's now tons of firms popping up, like for example, like Van Hack, which is purely focused on bringing in external talent from around the globe to help fill that gap in the Toronto tech market. So this is a huge issue in Toronto, but also some of the kind of the implications of this is that you're now seeing a lot more remote workers. So folks that are like, there's a lot more power on the side of the potential employee because they know the market is hot. So there's like them being able to stay remote, higher salaries, like more flexible work. All these types of things are coming in, and they're things that employers now need to do and be mindful of. And I guess the next kind of slice of that is that with such a diverse workforce, there's so many different experiences and cultural norms now coming all into one kind of big like melting pot. And that brings up different challenges, whether it's communication, differences in the workplace style, like all these types of things really create small challenges for businesses, but they're not insurmountable. And I guess we'll get into some of the solutions a bit later on.
Absolutely. I think from my perspective, I agree to everything you said, but also I'd like to add is that the whole forever employee agenda mentality needs to shift, and it has to become a total people agenda. So whether it's HR teams or resourcing teams or businesses themselves, traditionally we've never had a home, as an example, for contingent workers. So, depending on the business or the sector, we would be either sitting in procurement or somewhere else. And so I think that in addition to what you've said, that there needs to be now a total people agenda, not just an employee agenda, is what you're hinting at as well, isn't it? That they need to look at everybody, because augmenting this workforce is what is going to be key in understanding the skills and the gaps that sort of start to appear within the workforce.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's another thing. Like contractors are going to be a huge part of this as well. Like looking at, I know many of my friends that have got other startups, like they're outsourcing like half their dev team. Like there's folks all over the world that they're working with, because it's like, for example, there's one company, they were over in San Francisco. It's like they could not afford to hire 4 machine learning folks. Like that's like, especially in the San Francisco market, like that would blow through their entire like source of capital. So like they needed to look overseas to find good talent at an affordable rate. And so they're working with a team of contractors over in the Ukraine.
Absolutely. And so that's very typical. Not only, so first we used to see that happen only with enterprises, like large businesses having contingent workforce. But now, like you say, we all need variety of talent. So it's no longer an employee agenda, right? It's more of a total people agenda for businesses.